Good day, sir. I am Engine Cadet Cabanero Jumerson. My topic is all about the differentiate stability from sustainability. Both sustainability and stability are important goals for any individual business or government. However, they are not mutually exclusive. It is possible to have a sustainable and stable system. Sustainability means meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Stability, on the other hand, is the ability of a system to maintain its current state or to return to its original state after being perturbed. A sustainable system is one that can continue to function indefinitely without damaging or depleting its resources. A stable system is one that is not subject to sudden or uncontrolled changes. The two concepts are not mutually exclusive. It is possible to have a system that is both sustainable and stable. Sustainability. It is basically the ability to maintain something, or for example, to maintain the economic growth at a certain rate level, while stability means that you feel satisfied with what you have. They are both important for people to do their best and for business as well.
Hi, I'm the Cadet Renzo Cabello, and my topic here is what are the examples of sustainability and stability. So, the foundation of the environmental sustainability are safeguarding water, saving energy, reducing waste, also using recyclable packaging, limiting or eliminating the use of plastics, using sustainable transport, and also using sustainable transport. What else? Using paper and protecting flora and fauna, which is and also the stability is the change and stability are interpreted like are related to each other and over give time scales. So a system may be stable on a short time scale, but change over a long time scale. For example, over the course of the day, juvenile fish may not change much, but over the course of few months, it will grow into an adult. And what are the three types of examples of stability? So there are three types of stability, which is the stable equilibrium. The second one is unstable equilibrium. The third one is neutral equilibrium. And if we're going to compare stability in life, then we can say that the stable people are tend to have a long and satisfying relationship, and they do well of their in their jobs, and their lives are relatively free from unnecessary drama. They make good decisions and regarding their health and finances. So that would be all for the stability and the sustainability. So again, thank you for this is Franco Cabello, and once again, thank you for watching.
What is social sustainability? Social sustainability is an often overlooked aspect of sustainability. A sustainable development discussion often focuses on the environmental or economics aspect of sustainability. All three dimensions of sustainability must be addressed to attain the most sustainable outcome possible. Social sustainability occurs when the formal and informal processor system, structures, and relationships actively support the capacity of current and future generations to create healthy and liable communities. Social sustainable communities are equitable, diverse, connected, and democratic, and provide a good quality of life. WACO's Western Australia Council of Social Services the ability of community to develop process and structures which not only meet the needs of its current members but also support the ability of the future generation to maintain a healthy community. Social sustainability in business and corporation. Social sustainability performance issues include human rights, fair labor practice, living condition, health and safety, wellness, diversity, equity, work-life balance, empowerment, community engagement, philanthropy, volunteerism, and more. According to the UN Global Compact, aiming for social sustainability can help business in a number of ways, unlocking new markets, helping retain and attract business partners, becoming source of innovation for new products or services, lines raising internal morale and employee engagement, improving risk management, improving company community conflicts, social sustainability dimensions or issue are equity, diversity, social cohesion, quality of life. The UN Global Compact cites human rights as cornerstone of social sustainability. This extends to areas such as human rights in specific groups, human rights, labor, gender equality, children, indigenous people, education, social and sustainability is a worthy business investment. When workers are paid fairly and work under safe working conditions, they are healthier and more productive. Healthier and more productive workers then translate to more profits for companies. Furthermore, social sustainable companies enjoy greater consumer patronage as consumers tend to support business that
Good day, everyone. I am Alcover Chris Arnold, and my topic is all about the sustainability models. I have here a 3 overlapping circles model. The overlapping circles model of sustainability acknowledges the intersection of economy, environment, and society. Depending on our mindset, we resize the circles to show that one factor is more dominant than the other two. Say for example, some business leaders prefer that economy has the largest circle because it is the most important to their success and it makes the world go round. They draw the society as the second largest circle because that is where their customers and other important stakeholders live. And the last one is the environment because it is the most external to standard business metrics. Unfortunately, these models implies that economy can exist independently of society, and the environment, that part of the red circle and the blue circle, does not overlap with the blue and the green circles, has an existence of its own. Therefore, it will always depend on how the person sees their lives according to their needs.
Simple bottom line. a concept that is used a lot when speaking about sustainability, and particularly sustainability in business. John Elkington, a global authority on corporate responsibility and sustainability, coined the phrase in a book in 1997. His argument was that the methods by which companies measure value should include not only a financial bottom line, profit or loss, but a social and environmental one as well. The concept has evolved into one that's often described as three overlapping circles. You've probably seen this image before. Sustainability is typically defined as the place where economy, social realities, and environmental health overlap. The concept of the triple bottom line mainstreamed the idea of sustainability as including people, planet, and profit. It helped business to understand that long-term sustainability of an organization required more than just financial equity. It also helped to clarify that when businesses were considering what sustainability meant for them, it didn't mean they had to give up the notion of financial success. But this overlapping circles image of the triple bottom line can convey a lot more. The circles are all the same size. Does this indicate that the economy is the same relative size or value as the other two circles, which deal with society and the environment? Can we trade, say, 2 social and 3 environment for 5 economy, as long as we stay in the overlapping bit in the middle, sustainability? Let's see if science can help us understand this better. For more details about this, check out earlier videos. Science tells us that left to its own devices, the planet operates in a balanced way. We call this the cycles of nature, and they are powered by energy from the sun. Science also tells us that matter is not created or destroyed, while laws of thermodynamics tell us that everything tends towards dispersal. That's the principle of entropy. Because plant cells are, for all intents and purposes, the only cells that can produce structure from energy, photosynthesis is the process by which matter is structured on our planet. This is why we say that photosynthesis pays the bills. Without it, creation of structure from energy would not occur and entropy could rule the day. So how does this help us understand the triple bottom line? Plant cells belong to the environment circle of the triple bottom line. If plant cells are the original creators of structure, then this is the circle on which everything else depends, or in which everything is embedded. Everything comes from nature at some point. Society, which is related to the social circle of the triple bottom line, exists within the environment. An economy is a byproduct of society. So instead of 3 overlapping circles, we have 3 nested circles, where the economy is a wholly owned subsidiary of the environment. To achieve sustainability, we need to comply with social and environmental conditions, meet human needs within ecological constraints. Does this mean that business has to put financial gain last? Of course not. But economic decisions are part of a strategy to make more money while getting closer to social and ecological sustainability. The economy is a means to an end, not the end itself. It's important to remember that paying the bills happens on multiple levels, and ultimately we're all dependent on photosynthesis. This is helpful for business because it provides new perspective on the rationale for integrating sustainability into who and how they are in the world. There you have it, a new look at the triple bottom line viewed through the lens of science.
Hello everyone, my name is Injun Kedit and I will discuss to you about my topic, which is what is the most important sustainable development goals. So according to the preamble, this agenda is a plan of action for people, planet, and prosperity. It also seeks to strengthen universal peace is a larger freedom. We recognize that the eradicating poverty is all its form and dimension, including extreme poverty, is the greatest global challenge and indispensable requirement for sustainable development. All countries and all stakeholders acting collaborative partnership will implement this plan. We are also resolved to free the human race from the tyranny of poverty and to heal and secure our planet. We are determined to take the bold and transformative steps which are urgently needed to shift the world onto a sustainable and resilient path. As we embark on this collective journey, we pledge that no one will be left behind. The 7 Sustainable Development Goals and 165 targets which are announcing today demonstrate the scale and ambition of this new universal agenda. They seek to build on the Millennium Development Goals and complete what this did not achieve. This seek to realize the human rights of all and to achieve gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls. They are integrated and indivisible and balanced the 3 dimensions of sustainable development: the economic, social, and the environmental. The goals and targets will stimulate action over the next 15 years in areas of critical importance for humanity and the planet. The SDGs aim to end all forms of hunger and malnutrition by 2030, making sure all people, especially children, have sufficient and nutritious food all year. This involves promoting sustainable agricultural, supporting small-scale farmers and equal access to land, and technology and markets. In our generation today, hunger is the most common problem, common yet very hard to solve because of the poverty, and also if we look on the other side, government is also one of the factors that hunger is trying to kill us. The hunger problem aims to solve by the United Nations by 2030 because it can affect many lives. To the United States agreed that out of 7 sustainable goals, the most important is the hunger. They aim to end hunger so we can spare from the hunger nightmare. That's all of my report. Thank you.
Hi sir, I'm Decadit Lascunia Carlo, and I'm here now to discuss or explain or give example of the problem of hungry. So the main cause of hungry is the poverty. So first, what is poverty? So poverty is hunger. Poverty is lack of shelter. Poverty is being sick and not being able to access a doctor. And poverty is not having access to a school and not knowing how to read. Poverty is not having a job, is fear for the future. Living one day at a time. Poverty has many faces, so changing from place to place and across time, and has been described in many ways. Most often, poverty is a situation people want to escape. So poverty is a call to action for the poor and the wealthy alike, a call to change the world so that many more may have enough to eat, adequate and shelter, access to education and health, protection from violence, and in what happens in their communities. Poverty is defined relative to the standards of living in a society, place, and time. People are considered living in poverty when they are denied in income sufficient for their material needs, and when these circumstances exclude them from taking part in activities which are accepted part of daily life in that society. So a definition of poverty doesn't have to reference physical deprivation. It is also about lack of opportunity and loss of hope, such as the poverty of spirit. Example, Philippines. we know that Philippines is a part of the global south. They are have many population, and most of people have no work. So example of this, unemployed people, corruption, then have no control for their family, have no family planning. In the Philippines, they can experience the hungry, they suffer the word hungry because of the poverty. So that's all, and thank you.
So, hello everyone. I'm going to report about the most important sustainable development goals. So, what is the most important sustainable development goals? The most important sustainable development goals is the goal number 1, the no poverty. Eradicating poverty in all its forms remain one of the greatest challenges facing humanity. While the number of people living in extreme poverty dropped by more than half between 1990 and 2015, too many are still struggling for the most basic human needs. As of 2015, about 736 million people still live on less than 1.90 US dollars a day. Many lack food, clean drinking water, and sanitation. Rapid growth in countries such as China and India has lifted millions out of poverty, but progress has been uneven. Women are more likely to be poor than men because they have less paid work, education, and own less property. Progress has also been limited in other regions such as South Asia and Sub-Saharan Africa, which account for 80% of those living in an extreme poverty. New threats brought on by climate change, conflict, and food insecurity mean even more work is needed to bring people out of poverty. SDG 1 envisions shared prosperity, a basic standard of living and social protection benefits for people everywhere, including the poorest and most vulnerable. The goals seek to ensure equal rights and access to economic and natural resources. The SDGs are a bold commitment to finish what we started and poverty in all forms and dimensions by 2030. This involves targeting the most vulnerable, increasing basic resources and services, and supporting communities affected by conflicts and climate-related disasters.
Morning everyone, my name is Cadet Cordelia Ryan Michael, and today I will differentiate sustainability from stability. So, stability is the condition of being stable or in equilibrium and thus resistant to change. It is also the tendency to recover from perturbations. Stability is the ability of a system to maintain its current state or to return to its original state after being perturbed. While sustainability, on the other hand, is the ability to sustain something, a means of configuring civilization and human activity so that society, its members, and its economies are able to meet their needs and express their greatest potential. In the present, while preserving biodiversity and natural ecosystems. Planning and acting for the ability to maintain these ideals for future generations, it means meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. In layman's terms, the main difference between the two is that sustainability is more about like ability to go on like that for unlimited time, in contrast to eventually running out of resources, for example, whereas stability is more about robust against disturbance, like a stable government. The foundation of environment sustainability are safeguarding water, saving energy, reducing waste, using recyclable packaging,
limiting or eliminating the use of plastics, using sustainability transport, reusing paper, and protecting flora and fauna. Our present choices and actions have huge long term impacts on the future generations. Practicing sustainability ensures that we make ethical choices that bring a safe and livable future to everyone. If we deplete the resources of the earth, future generations will be depleted. An example of stability is avoidance of the depletion of natural resources in order to maintain an ecological balance. Ecosystem stability is an important corollary of sustainability. Over time, the structure and function of healthy ecosystem should remain relatively stable even in the face of disturbance. If a stress or disturbance does alter the ecosystem, it should be able to bounce back quickly. Also, it provides a regular environment which a species can survive. That's all. Thank you.
So, hello everyone. So, this is my continuation about what is the most important sustainable development goals. So, projection now show the world is not on a track to achieve sustainable development goal to zero hunger by 2030. And despite some progress, most indicators are also not on track to meet global nutrition targets. The food security and nutritional status of the most vulnerable population groups is likely to deteriorate further due to the health and socio-economic impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, according to the State of the Food Security and Nutrition in the World 2021 report. The latest edition of that report, which was published mid-2021, estimated that between 720 and 811 million people went hungry in 2020. High cost and low affordability also mean billions cannot eat healthy or nutritiously. Considering the middle of the projected range of 768 million, 118 million more people were facing hunger in 2020 than in 2019, or as many as 161 million considering the upper bound of the range. The COVID-19 pandemic is intensifying the vulnerabilities and inadequacies of global food system, understood as all the activities and processes affecting the production, distribution, the Sustainable Development Goals, and food. Food is at the core of Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, the United Nations Development Agenda for the 21st century. The second of the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals is to end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Achieving this goal by the target date of 2030 will require a profound change of the global food and agriculture system. Some of the components of this goal are ending hunger and ensuring access by all people to safe, nutritious food, ending all forms of malnutrition, doubling the agricultural productivity and incomes of small-scale food producers, ensuring sustainable food production system, increasing investment in agriculture, correcting and preventing trade restriction and distortion in our world agricultural markets, adapting measures to ensure the proper functioning of food commodity markets. Zero Hunger Challenge. The United Nations Secretary General launched the Zero Hunger Challenge in 2012 during the Rio Plus 20 World Conference on Sustainable Development. The Zero Hunger Challenge was launched to inspire a global movement towards a world free from hunger within a generation. It calls for zero stunted children under the age of 200% access to adequate food all year round, and all food systems are sustainable 100% increase in smallholder productivity and income, zero loss or waste food. The World Food Program aims to bring food assistance to more than 80 million people in 80 countries and is continually responding to emergencies. But the World Food Program also works to help prevent hunger in the future. They do not These through programs that use food to build assets, spread knowledge, and nurture stronger, more dynamic communities. This help communities become more food secure. Example, Africa overpopulated but kuha ang ilang sources sa food, din ang India overpopulated sila but ilang sources is not enough and their economy cannot sustain their needs and basic needs. That's all of my report. Thank you.